about what a cycling well pump is. So we got an Acquear, I don't know if I'm saying that right, ACQUAER, Acquear 1.6 horsepower shallow well pump with a small pressure tank attached. Brand new, took it out of the box, put it together, and it keeps cycling. What cycling means is it's building pressure, but it's not able to hold pressure. So the first thing you do is you check all your lines, obviously, and I didn't have any leaks anywhere. So, but the issue with that is when it's cycling, it as it's kicking on and off, and I'll show you that in a minute, it doesn't produce enough water pressure to get water inside the house. So what I did, this didn't come with any instructions with it. It came with like a freaking Chinese picture book that was very unclear. But it did say that a check valve should be installed on the inlet side of the pump. I did not buy a check valve because they're like $26. And the reason I didn't buy it was because a check valve is to prevent backflow. So if your tank, your water source is lower than your pump, you're going to have backflow. So water feeds back down the pump into the tank. My tank is not lower than it, so I didn't think it would be an issue. But ultimately, I think it is an issue because I think when the propeller kicks on and it's trying to build pressure, it's kicking on with such force that it's pushing the water back out the inlet. What's wrong? Your brother don't need no help no more? Okay, so I don't know how to turn this around. Okay, I will just turn this around and show you. Okay, this is the pump. As you can see, it is a 1.6 horsepower Acquear shallow well pump with pressure tank. Pressure tank, pump, outlet side, inlet side. Okay, so it says that you need a check valve on this inlet side, but as you see, the tank, and it's a 200 plus gallon tank, so there's plenty of pressure on this that backflow isn't an issue. In fact, when I open up the valve here, this is the primer valve that you should have to fill this with water, but I have so much pressure coming from the tank, the water just spews out. So I thought, oh, I don't need a check valve. But the only thing I can think of right now is that I most certainly did need a check valve. So here's what it's doing. You can see the pressure gauge. And it'll just keep doing this. Nothing is on in the house. And there are no leaks. So it'll just keep doing this back and forth. And what I think is it's losing pressure out of here. So we are going to try and fix that right now. Stanley, will you close this for Mom? Yeah. Okay, so it says like the minimum should be about 12 inches off of the inlet side. We're going to wipe the mud off of this. And I guess we'll just do it right here where it's kind of straightened out a little bit.
Hey, Mom, do you want to test the pump to see if it stays on first? Because it just kicked on in there when you turned it on.
It didn't stay on.
It didn't. We were just...
Did you have a valve on?
I didn't have anything on.
Okay.
It just stayed on.
We're going to do it here. This looks good.
Oh, sorry. I thought you were doing it where you wiped off down there, so I stopped. I wasn't recording that.
Okay, we're going to get water from the tank and all the lines. That's going to come right back out on us. And of course, this piece of crap doesn't cut in a straight fucking line ever. Ouch!
You hit your head on.
Nailed it.
Did it.
All right, let's wipe that off. And a little checky poo valve. Where is that son of a bitch? Okay, 3/4 by 3/4 check valve. All right. These aren't cheap. I'm actually going to take these gloves off because I got mud on them. These are not cheap, but it shows you that your water should be going this way. So from the tank to the pump. It's got a little nipple on there. Just get that off, where it didn't really cut very good. Like a little burr. There we go. Give it a wipe. Make sure our arrow, double check, triple check.
You keep putting your head in front of the camera.
I'm sorry.
I keep moving it, and then every time you put your head in front of the camera.
This got a little chewed up. So we're actually gonna just go right here. These things are great until they're not. The little blade gets bent really easily, and then it just cuts in a spiral. There we go. Now I just gotta smash that bit down into that bit. In theory, it's just gonna go right in this motherfucker. Oh, come on. Get in there.
Okay. Everywhere I move the camera.
I didn't jam it in there good. Nathan, jam that up.
There, it's in there.
Okay. All right, go ahead and push that. Okay, so, oh my gosh, the check valve was the issue. We are holding steady. See our pressure gauge? Here is our check valve.